everything? You think you are above consequences? You have to laugh too, or I look stupid. Huh? Right. But I know where you can get one. Chara? Shit. Me, brat. Whoa, you look really pissed off. I worked hard to sabotage your reputation. Yeah, I noticed. It's not fair that you come by and try to fix it. Stop trying to be all goody two-shoes with my big sibs. It's disgusting. Go back to hating each other. Then I won't have to see you again. Nah, I don't think I will after seeing you straight up stab them, you know? I mean, who would have thought that this pipsqueak was the one keeping everyone from their happy ending? Screwing with people's data and stuff. Pipsqueak? Pfft, whatever. Not like you can do anything to stop me. Frisk will never forgive you if you hurt me. Yep, that's right. You're untouchable. Which is why... Hey! I ain't gonna lay a single bone on ya. So this is how it's gonna work. I'm gonna scramble your insides if you don't throw me a bone and tell me what I wanna know. Capiche?
Hello everybody, it's No Health Christmas here, otherwise known as Namocay on this channel, and the voice of Undyne, and I'm here to interview Destynation, otherwise known as Des, who is a voice actor for 11 different characters. She is most known for her voices as Sans and Chara.
Yes, hello, everyone.
So, we're doing an interview.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are your plans, like, for this channel?
My plans for the channel typically include I plan on uploading one video every week, once every week. That's never going to change because as a student, I'm way too busy to have a regular upload schedule for, every day of the week. So my plans typically include, currently I'm working on another episode of Ask Mercy series, which is the mini-series I'm having on my channel. But I'm also working on trying to make a Reaper Tale series as well on the side, so that whenever I don't make AMS episodes, I'm making Reaper Tale episodes. And, I do plan on, uploading some parodies of different Undertale characters singing, and I hope to eventually branch out into other fandoms as well.
Alright. This is also a get-to-know-you type of interview, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? That's the first question.
So I just turned 17 years old, and I started voice acting back in December, and I am a junior in high school who is currently in theater, band, basketball, art, the likes of stuff. And I also write. I love writing, drawing, and I just enjoy doing what I do. I mean, I never do something that I hate doing unless I have to do it. So I'm just typically a creative person.
Now, what made you decide to take on so many voices on the channel, other than the fact that you were the only one at the beginning?
Typically, that's honestly why I took on so many voices for the channel, was because I was the only one. For a long time, my comics were one-voice comics, and that's what I meant by one voice. It was just me doing them. And a lot of my older comics aren't as good as they are now because it was just me playing Sans. It was just me doing all these male voices and all these female voices who had different things, and that's actually the reason why. And then once I started getting more people as these different voices, I started keeping the voices I had, because I feel like it would sound way too weird to give up any of the voices that people know me for, like Sans. It would be like, you know, uh, it would just be wrong to do that, I feel like. Because my subscribers, most of them have been around my type of Sans, and a lot of them like it. So I feel like for now I'm going to keep the voices that I did in the beginning.
Alright. Do you have any upcoming plans with Dr. Gingersnap? Or
Okay.
Flowey?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. For those of you guys who don't know, Dr. Gingersnaps is otherwise known as Evan. He is the voice for Flowey, and he's only appeared in one video, which I feel really bad about, but he's only done one video, but I do plan on including him in a short period of time, as a little cameo in the next Ask Mercy series episode. But I also have several comics that I plan on doing with him that have him as the main focus, and I figured that would be really fun because he has a great Flowey voice, and it's just really great. But the reason why I haven't gone onto that was because I'm just now starting to get used to all my different activities and having a schedule again from the summer, and so once all that mellows out and stuff, I'll be more than willing to work with him on both our schedules and maybe start doing more comics together.
Alright. Do you plan to do a face reveal ever?
That's the question that I get a lot is, why don't I ever show my face? And the reason for that is, when I first started YouTube, I was almost 14 years old, and at the time I was watching different people like Cryotic and Markiplier and PewDiePie and Tobuscus, and the only YouTuber that I actually watched who didn't show their face was, Cryotic. And, it amazed me how he was able to never show his face, and yet people still liked him. And so I kind of wanted that same structure because, I've only started doing voice acting on the channel in December, and the time before that I was either doing music covers or gaming, and I honestly don't want to do a face reveal at the second, or anytime soon, or even if I don't do a face reveal, because a lot of YouTubers do face reveals when they've hit a certain amount of subscribers. I don't know if I'll ever do that because I like having some sort of mystery. And I like people who enjoy watching my content for the content and not because of how I look. And I feel like that's a stigma that's around a lot of YouTube and creators nowadays, because if they look good, they get more views. If they don't, a lot of people don't even bother subscribing to them or anything. And I just like the mystery of it. That's one thing that was inspired to me from Cryotic. I just enjoyed the mystery.
During any of your live streams, have you ever been tempted to pull a Mr. Creepypasta sort and just kind of, in a way, do a face reveal, but at the same time not?
Like conceal my face, but show.
Yeah, conceal your face. Yeah. Because then they can't judge you on the way that you look, but you could still, put some type of action into the video.
I've I've thought about that a couple of times. Like, I've seen so many YouTubers who will put something over their face but still have that action. And I don't know, because I feel like if I ever did do that, something might accidentally happen, and then people might, if I ever grow as even more than I already am, and that's what I'm afraid of, is that people are going to use it against me later on. If I ever do grow that much, and if I do something they don't like, they're going to use it against me. But right now, I don't know, right now I'm kind of happy with how I've been doing videos. I try to do as much interaction stuff as possible, and I feel like this way I'm more confident, and it's been building up my self-esteem more. So, I don't know. I might do something like that in the future, but right now I'm pretty content at keeping it a mystery and keeping things how they are now.
Alright. What can we expect out of the future interviews?
The future interviews, it depends on who's open for interviews. I do plan on interviewing all of the voice actors at one point or another. But all of them have really busy schedules, so it just depends on which one is available at that time.
What made you decide on the first voice actors that you picked?
I casted my brother because at the time he was in theater already, and he heard about the YouTube stuff I was doing, and he really wanted to be a part of it. And he's really known for his deep voice, so I really wanted him to play Asgore. And his deep voice was the reason why I picked him for Asgore, because it was a good fit, and he was able to bring that about. And he's really helped me a lot whenever he can. And it's been amazing to see the support he has. So it's really interesting. But the reason why I picked him was because of the voice he did and how much resemblance to Asgore he has. I chose Evan for the role because, he found out that I actually had a YouTube channel, and he found out how troubling it was for me to do all the voices on my own. So he volunteered himself for if I ever needed voices on the channel, that he's willing to do voices for me. And so he did a few voices, and he did the voice that is currently his Flowey voice, and I instantly just fangirled because that's the exact voice I pictured for Flowey. So it was an easy pick there for Flowey.
Sure.
Okay, so the reason why I casted Namocay as Undyne was mostly because of her personality. She has a certain type of personality, and she knows what I'm talking about. That's why she's trying to.
So.
She has this type of personality where, like, she stands up for what she believes in, and she protects the people that she cares about, and she has this really, like, tough-sounding voice. And the reason why I chose her for Undyne was actually because of the way she portrayed her character in the play that we did for Peter Pan. And
that character.
That character. And she played that character as a tough character who always loved to be in action, and the voice for it was actually pretty good. And I just asked her one day if she would do a voice for that, and of course she doesn't know much about Undertale other than like brief characters and stuff. So she didn't know much about it. She didn't know what the characters were at the time. And I feel like it's more sincere that way, having at least one voice actor who doesn't know, because then when they watch the comics and stuff, it gets pretty interesting, and I get to describe how the character's supposed to feel and how the scene's supposed to feel, kind of like in actual movies when voice actors are voice acting for movies. It's really interesting in that way, and that's why I chose her out of everyone else that I could have chose, was because she does have the personality of Undyne, and whether she'll ever know it or not, she is a lot like Undyne.
What do you plan to do about vocalization, like covers of songs? Like, what characters are you planning on doing those for?
Right now I'm currently writing different parodies for songs. I do hope to get the cover for Battle Against a True Hero done with the voice actor of Undyne, but with
Hi.
I just wrote a parody for Chara. I hope to write a better parody for Chara, because if I'm going to sing a song, I want it to be a song that I know and a song that is actually good. I am planning on writing a parody for Asgore, and I would like to write a parody for another Sans parody that Matthew will have to sing. He's not going to be happy about that, because and it's because of the Let It Go parody. I sprung it on him last minute, and he's never heard of the song Let It Go from Frozen until that day. So
how?
He's heard bits and pieces, but he's never heard the full song because he's never cared for the movie. And so I forced him. I was like, "Hey, I need to get a video out tonight. Will you sing this song for me?" And he was like, "Okay." So we were in my room, and we were trying to record it. He was trying to learn the song, and then we kept retaking. And I'll admit, the final take isn't as good as it should have been, but, it was the best he's ever done, plus, then. So, it really took...
So don't spring it on him.
Well, it's like, I really wanted to do the video, because I was going to sing it myself, but when I did the first take, I realized my voice wasn't able to get that low as I would like it to be. So, I asked him, and he was like, okay. So, after 36 different takes, we finally got the song how we both liked it. So, it's just kind of worked out. But when I do parodies for, Asgore and Sans, I'm going to let him know a week ahead of time. That way, unless it's a song that he already knows, but that way he can learn the lyrics and stuff. But those are the parodies I'm currently trying to write for. And, of course, there's the We Are the Underground parody that I would like to do with the voice actors for Undyne, Flowey, Asgore, and Chara.
So all of the original...
Yeah, all of the original people, because once everyone is up and we have time to do all of that, it will be really great to get that done, because that's going to be something really great.
What kind of, behind-the-scenes stuff are the voice actors that you pick going to get to see?
Well, they'll really get to see how I record things, because it's not the traditional sense. I can't speak today. I can't speak any day.
Yeah,
It's
you
not.
can't. I was about to say.
I can't speak any day. That's why my voice. That's why doing a comic dub takes so long. 'Cause I can't speak half the time. But
This is why
I
she needs
don't.
more actors.
That's why I need more actors. I play 11 different characters and I can't speak correctly. Um, anyways, I don't. They'll get to see that I don't really record in the traditional sense. I basically use what I have on my computer, and that is Google Slides, a free video recording app, and YouTube editor. That's basically what I use, and it works out fine because I get like, everyone likes it. So, well, it's like as long as they don't know it's Google Slides, they don't have a problem with it. But like one person like mentioned in the comments of one of my comic dubs, and they said it's made on Google Slides, and I was like, so? And they never answered back why it was such a big deal. But like,
You put in the comments why it's such a big deal.
but beforehand, like my comics have really improved a lot, and anyone who's been there from the beginning will definitely be able to tell how they have improved. But it's just they'll get to see how the comics are made. They'll get to see the comic firsthand, and a lot of the voice actors won't even know how the comic even sounds or how the video is even going to look like until after it's uploaded. Because, you may be able to do the voices, but you can't hear how they're going to sound together. You're not going to be able to hear, how they look, from voice to comic, and the music, and how the music ties into the background of that. So it's really interesting, and for anyone who does voice acting on the channel with me knows that it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of patience, and it's something that doesn't take that long to do, and yet we have a lot of fun doing it, as long as there's no technical difficulties, like not being able to hear people in the final cut. But I don't know. There's nothing much that anyone who records with me gets to see, other than like how the comic's made and how the different voices are used and how many takes there are going to be. I mean, for a lot of voice actors, they don't know until it's actually released what it looks like and how it's going to sound and all that. And a lot of them are amazed at all the good comments and stuff, and the likes, and a lot of the voice actors I've worked with, they're really happy with the final result, and it's really nice to see. So.
All right. Well, do you have any other information to tell them? Why should you be good for this channel?
Why should I be good for the channel? I am the creator of the channel. I created the channel when I was 13 years old, almost 14, and it was something that didn't really start out as a voice acting or gaming channel at all. I kind of created a channel so that I can subscribe to my favorite YouTubers at the time, and it was just something that it evolved into something more. And at the time, I wasn't even called Destynation back then. I was actually called Just Stream Out Loud 47, and I made music video lyrics. And they were really creative. They were kind of cool. And sometimes, if people look back at them, they might think that I stole it from someone else's channel, but actually it was just me, and I changed the name of my channel. But it was really something that went from doing music lyric videos to doing music covers, to doing gaming videos on online games to what I do now. And what I do now is something that's gone so much popularity. I've actually gained subscribers because of what I do now. And I would have never guessed that there are people on YouTube who actually watch Comic Dub. It's amazing to see something like that. But most people only hate on a video if it's overwhelmingly popular. That's why PewDiePie gets so much hate. It's why a lot of people get a lot of hate if it's something that people don't understand why it's popular, but yet, it's just got crazy popular so fast. And, I'm slowly getting there. Like, I'm almost at 200 subscribers, and I just celebrated my 100 subscriber milestone, like, back in June. I mean, and now I'm almost at 200, and I've never imagined having this many subscribers, and it's strange to think about that. If I would have any last words, it would be that as a person, a lot of people ask me what inspired me to be a voice actor and why I keep doing it. And a lot of people think I do it because, of the views, but honestly, I am the type of person, and I'm the type of person that if I'm not happy doing something, and I honestly don't have to do it, then I will quit it, and I will not do it anymore. And I love doing Undertale comic dubs. I absolutely do. It's interesting, and it's great, and especially sharing them to Tumblr and seeing like different reactions from these smaller Tumblrs, seeing that their comics from one of their comics got voice act. It brings joy to my heart. Some of these people who comment on my videos actually make me cry because, a lot of them tell me how much they love the videos and stuff. And even if it's a bad video that I honestly, didn't think was the greatest, but I absolutely loved anyway. A lot of people give me love and support, and especially recently with me hurting my arm and my birthday and stuff, a lot of people were very understanding. And, if I would have to say something about my channel is that, if you look on any other voice acting channel that does Undertale voice acting, you see the typical type of formula, like the music that they pick, it's either Megalovania, or It's Raining Somewhere Else, or Once Upon a Time. There's never an in-between. They never use, any of the other videos, like Song That Might Play If You Fight Sans, or even the Sans theme. I try to be different. I don't want to be known as just another voice actor. I don't want to be known as, because I'm never going to be like a Super Shattuck or Starbot Dubs. I'm never going to be like them, especially, content-wise, because their content's obviously going to be more, improved and better and stuff. Guys, I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to be like a normal voice actor, and I'm going to have different voices for, Sans and Chara. I even pronounce Chara differently than what most people pronounce it. But you can always count on me being different and being someone that doesn't follow the same formula. And, I'm always going to strive for change.